Whether you're watching this on YouTube as a member or on Patreon, I first want to start by saying thank you so much for becoming a part of this wonderful community of actors and artists. Now, let's go ahead and dive in. Yesterday, I took a class with Brandon Young, and he is a director and an actor and a casting director for a lot of dubbed projects. And I learned or relearned one of the most important things that actually reinforced a part of acting that I want to share with you. And that is the need to understand genre, but also, more importantly, to understand letting go. Now, what do I mean by that? When I first was at Stella Adler, we had to do an exercise. One of the first exercises that we had to do was an exercise where we were utilizing props. We had spaces that we had to hit, or marks that we had to hit, like when you're in a play on stage, and we had to use a prop in a specific way. The way that the prop was meant to be used, like for a glass, you could drink from the glass, and then you could tink the glass like you were waiting for time to pass by. And one of the first comments that I got was that I was trying. And that was something that really set a chain reaction and taught me what acting really was. And it was about not trying, just doing. That's far easier said than done, but that is the job of us as an actor. So today I wanted to kind of go over my methods for how I go about doing that, and something that you can try to really incorporate and embody that principle based on what I have learned. So in my 17 years as a musician, one of the best things that I did was have instructors that really pushed in a method for how to practice. Not only what to practice, but how to practice. And this is so that you can fully commit to the practice, which is you doing, and then for the performance, to letting go so that you know how to do. You're not trying to prove or push, you're just letting it naturally happen. One of the ways that I like to do that is by using Uta Hagen's 2-minute exercise. There's a previous video that I did on this exercise for Patreon members and for YouTube members. I will link that somewhere. You should be able to click on that one and go check that one out. But it really helps to show you how to do the work and then give you space to simply do it and to simply exist and not put too much try in it. That's one of the things that we as actors and artists don't fully understand. That when we try, when we push, when we actively attempt to do something in the performance, it comes across as forced and faked and phony. The trying is for the practice. The trying is for when you really need to get those notes under your fingers, or when you're really trying to understand what that script is saying. Then you are actively trying. You need to break down the script. That's your method. You need to mark your beats if you still do that. That's your method and your technique. You need to read through the words in order to truly understand what it is trying to say, what it is trying to say underneath the lines as well, and what you are trying to convey through your actions, your who, what, why, when, where, how, your conflict, your relationships with those other characters. That's your trying. And then when it comes time for you to actually perform, you let all that shit go. And the reason why you let it go is because if you are holding on to it, you're out of the mindset of doing the thing. You're more so stuck in thinking and being nervous about doing the thing, which takes you out of it completely. One of the biggest things that I saw in my time as a performing musician was the difference between someone who was incredible, a killing musician, but had a lack of confidence, versus somebody who was, they were pretty good, but they were cocky as all get out. They thought that the sun shone out of their you-know-what. And that was, when it came time to perform, both of them put the reps in beforehand, but the one with confidence just did the thing, because they knew that they would be good. The one who had a lack of confidence and who was worried would actively think about doing the thing while doing it. They would worry, oh, am I going to actually be able to hit this? Or, oh, am I going to drop my line and not remember to say this? Or, oh, am I going to be able to convey this emotion properly? Instead of actively doing it, which takes you out of the flow of performing the activity. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, If you are in a situation with a director, with a producer, with a client, they're going to give you their feedback irregardless. You can do it in a way that you think is perfect and you have the most confidence in the world, and they're going to tell you that was fantastic, but we'd like you to try it in this way. So stop holding yourself back. Stop trying to guess what they want. Do what you feel is right in that moment. Yes, stick with the words, stick with the specs, stick with the understanding of the character, do all your homework beforehand, but understand at the end of that, your job is to drop all of that and just go forth and do. Like I said before, one of the ways that I do that is through the Uta Hagen technique, the 2-minute exercise. There are also imagination exercises, and the biggest one that I feel like is not talked about nearly enough is just sucking it up and doing the work. The hard part, which is understanding what you are actually doing, which comes down to simply reading whatever it is a lot of times. Reading it 100 times, 200 times. Yes, we're all busy. We all get a lot of auditions. We all have a large volume of stuff to get through. But the best way to not think about it while doing it is just to physically internalize it and understand it. And the only way that you're going to do that is by doing it a bunch of times. There's no shortcut. There's no skipping. There's no anything. There are 2 ways that you can do this. Number 1, read it 100, read it 250 times, then give yourself over to the imaginary circumstance and do it. Or number 2, go for a cold read where you've never read it before, or you can do this mainly with if it's like your 3rd or 4th read, you start to get too used to it and start to think. But if it's a cold read and you're good at cold reads because you've practiced them, you're also going to be more so in the flow. Because you won't have any mental image of what it's supposed to be. You'll just be saying the words. So, read it a bunch of times. I know everybody wants a secret code, right? The technique and the skills and the tools are the secrets that I'm here to help teach you, like the Uta Hagen 2-minute technique or Stella Adler's discovery of character, things of that nature. But at the end of the day, read the thing hundreds of times and know exactly what the words are. Because at the end of the day, bringing those words to life and the characters to life is our job. Yes, the tools and the techniques are very important. But if you have all the tools and the techniques in the world and you still don't know the words and you still feel like you're stumbling and you're still going to be worried if you're going to drop a line in a monologue, it's not going to matter because you are going to be nervous and you're going to be in your own head. This is what I got for you today. Hope you got something out of it.